Hey guys, welcome to the Commander Lounge. By this time, I should change the name of my channel to the Pauper Lounge because once again I got another Pauper deck tech for you guys. Yep, I'm going Pauper crazy. I play a lot of it. I play more of it than I do Commander, even though I still play Commander. I actually got beat by Triskaidekaphobia the last time I played Commander by the Gitrog, which was rough. But anyways, let's get into this. I'm getting a little off topic. This is Pauper Elves. If you guys don't know what elves do, it's a very synergistic strategy. You just play as many elves as possible, just play them out, and then I mean it's almost like it's like a combo deck. You know, it's not really aggro because it takes a little. I mean, it takes usually by turn 3 you kind of get the combination of kind of ways to win the game and stuff like that. But I don't think it's aggro. I mean, it could get a really fast start out of nowhere, but most of the time it's. I mean, I just consider it a combo deck. So let's just get into it. Forest, I run 12 forest and 1 island. You'll see what the island's for later. One of those. So for the little mana dorks we need Elvish Mystic. We run 3 of those. 3 Llanowar Elves and 2 Finehorn Elves. The reason why we don't run a 4 of any of these one card is because blue-black, there's a card, I forgot what it's called, but it gives -2/-, when you play it, it's 1 card, and it gives -2/-2 to each creature with the same name. So if I would play 4 Elvish Mystics, if I had 4 of them out and he played that 1 card, it would be a 4-for-1, which would be ridiculous. So that's why we spread the love with the different types of 1-drop elves that do the same thing. So next is the Birchlore Ranger. This also can help you tap for blue. Birchlore Rangers is just ridiculous. It's so good for a common. You know, because you're gonna go wide with elves. Those elves turn into mana. The ones that don't tap for mana, this one makes them tap for mana. So that's what it does. It makes them all little, basically little, the little 1-drops like Llanowar Elves and stuff. Basically, what it turns it into. Well, actually, no. It gives them like 0.5. It gives them like half a green mana when they tap. So you have to use 2 of them for 1, but it's well worth it. Nettle Sentinel is really, really good. The reason why it's so good in this deck is because of a card like it combos. I mean, it combos real well with the Viridian Longbow to get multiple pings with, which you'll see that in a little bit. It also just combos real well with Birchlore Ranger, being able to tap it for, you know, like a half a mana with the others, you know, making full mana, and then once you play another creature, you can untap it, and you can do it over and over again. There's just all kinds of ways. Plus, you can get aggressive with him because he's a 1 mana 2/2. He's just really good. It's ridiculous. So we run a playset. Quirion Ranger is probably the MVP in this deck. It does a lot for you. It honestly, if you miss a land drop, you can actually use it to act like a land drop. You can tap your land, and then, you know, you can float a green, bounce it back, and then play that same land to basically get a quote-unquote land drop, like a pseudo land drop. But it's just nuts. Untapping creatures like Timberwatch Elf and Priest of Titania, it gets nuts. You mess with combat, you get essentially what feels like infinite mana. It gets gross. Quirion Ranger's like MVP in this deck. This deck wouldn't be a thing without Quirion. Playset of Quirion. And then we run a 1 of a Viridian Longbow just because most of the matchups, I feel like this is like a metagame choice. You don't have to go with 1 Viridian Longbow if you don't want to. But, you know, you see a lot of Delver, and it's nice to slam these down early just to deal with all those little dinky 1-drops in the sky. I mean, yeah, well, not 1-drops, but all those dinky little 1/1s. And kill Delver before it flips, and it works against goblins, works against the mirror match. I mean, most of the time this feels like relevant. And also, the reason why I also run a 1 of, not just for that reason, but it's just a good card to finish the game with. If you got multiple untap triggers and stuff with Quirions and stuff, you can be pinging someone to the face for days with this, so I like it. Another card that kind of can finish the game, I mean, this is kind of like your toolbox card, is Wirewood Pride. It gives a creature gets +X/+X for each elf you control until end of turn. Once again, you can just win the game, go wide with elves, and the one that they don't block, you can give it +X/+X and win the game. Or you can protect an elf giving it +X/+X. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can also protect from like a lightning bolt with this. Like, so it's got a lot of range, and that's why this should definitely be a main board card, because it is like your toolbox card. Next card, Elvish Visionary. I only run 2 Elvish Visionaries. I just think she's just really good to replace itself. It's just a cantrip creature that just keeps you going on the play as many elves as possible strategy. Sylvan Ranger, this also helps us go get our 1 island. It also filters our deck a little bit so we keep drawing gas. So that's why we run 2 Sylvan Rangers. I'm sorry if I think I said Elvish Visionaries. Okay, next, Priest of Titania, probably the second best card in the deck. Priest of Titania is ridiculous. Run a full playset. She taps green for each elf in play. This card should not be a common. I mean, this card's nuts. I mean, this card will, tap for double digits easy. Then we run Well-Wisher. We want a full play set of Well-Wisher. She's just great especially against the aggro strategy. She'll gain you a ton of life. Timberwatch Elf usually closes out the game, being a permanent that taps, creature that taps to give +X/+X to any creature. Don't do it before combat. Wait till after combat unless you have to protect something. But most of the time, Timberwatch Elf is just gonna win you the game usually. So we want to play set of him. Lissalana Huntmaster. You want to get this out as early as possible because you got a ton of elves to play. Usually, if you have the opportunity to go 4 mana early, you want to play this right out to get as many 1/1s out as quick as possible. So it fuels for Timberwatch and Priest of Titania. And last card, the reason why we have 1 blue in our deck is Distant Melody. This is the combo. I mean, if you don't just go wide with elves and win through Timberwatch, this is the way you're gonna win. You're gonna have too many resources. Like, it's just gonna be too good. Choose a creature type, draw a card for each one. You'll draw, anywhere from usually 10 to 30 cards depending. It's really good. And then that's usually game because then they play their whole hand out essentially. And that's what elves do. They go crazy. They're elf balls. Then we go to the sideboard. For sideboard, 1 more Viridian Longbow against aggro strategies and stuff, board stalls and stuff. This really helps out the board stalls. I guess you could think about running it in a control deck also, just because, once they keep keeping you from playing the pieces that win. If you can stick a Viridian Longbow early game, you can just start pinging them out. So, I like it. I like it for both. Maybe another one should be the main. I don't know. Gleeful Sabotage. This is amazing because it's, you essentially get to remove 2 things for 1 card through Conspiring, which is not going to be a problem in an elf deck. So that's why I run a full play set of that. Scattershot Archers mainly for the it just screams Delver deck. This could also be you could also fight to say that this should be main board, just because of how many mono blue Delver decks are out in the metagame. Yeah, deal 1 damage to each creature with flying. That's amazing. That's going to do work in a Delver matchup. That's going to do work in usually a mono white tokens deck, and also against Squadron Hawk decks. Really good. Another card against Burn and aggro, Luminescent Rain. It's really good. Choose a creature type. You gain 2 life for each permanent you control of that type. It's insane. And then I run Tangle. I forgot the other fog that people usually do the flashback fog, but I like Tangle a lot because it really just kind of, it's essentially the same thing. It feels like tapping. It's like you're getting 2 fogs on double turns when you not only fog but you keep their creatures tapped the whole time. So yeah, the only thing this doesn't get around is vigilance creatures, but I think that is fine. There's not too many of those in the format that are crazy good. So I think Tangle's a great addition to the sideboard. Spider Silk Armor, mainly against I would imagine it could be good in the Delver matchup just to be able to block in the skies, but you're mainly going to use this against Electrickery, people that side in Electrickeries. And also, you want to use this in the blue-black variant decks because they got shrivel sideboards also, which is a problem. So that is the cards you mainly want to put those in. And the last sideboard card is Rapid Vigor. Make sure you do not put these in when you're playing against a blue-black deck, because Shrivel does not do that, because it gives a -1/-1, so regeneration isn't a thing. So this is your extra protection against electricity, basically. And also you could side this in against Tron, because they could run electricity, but they also have the Rolling Thunder, which could be a problem. So yeah. That is my Pauper Elves deck tech. I really didn't. This is not like a brew or anything. This is basically your run of the mill Elves deck. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of Pauper Elves. Let me know what you guys think of this video. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And take it easy, guys. Bobble bobble.